In today's society, if you have an idea or a message you would like to get across to a number of people, you won't find it too difficult to do. This is Twitter. You can use 140 characters to say whatever you'd like. When you send out your tweet, everyone who follows you can see this very message. In the 1960s, racial tension was high and African Americans were determined to spread the word about a change that had to be made. The problem was, how would this word be spread? With a movement of such massive importance, spreading the message by word of mouth would be inefficient and most likely unsuccessful. It's obvious that during this time period, African Americans were without Twitter, so they had to come up with a creative way to gain awareness of the civil rights movement. Throughout the 1960s, radios were in the high majority of homes throughout America. If African Americans could create popular songs that could get their message across, they would be played in radios for all to hear. Songs such as Times They Are A-Changin' and We Shall Overcome became very popular and gained some awareness that a movement was happening in America, and it was in full effect. Once the civil rights movement began to pick up steam, news outlets began to cover some of the major events that were part of the civil rights movement. With this new form of news coverage, many were aware of the major conflict that was happening at this time. Today, we can find the trending topics section of Twitter, where those on the platform can view the most talked about events, people, and happenings around the world. During the time of the civil rights movement, there was no trending section of Twitter that people could turn to. Listening to songs and hearing news reports about marches, sit-ins, and other demonstrations to support the civil rights movement were very easy to find. Instead of using radios or newspapers to spread updates and other information on the civil rights movement, some of the most popular demonstrations against segregation were witnessed firsthand, and stories from those witnesses spread by mouth. One of the largest and most impactful events of the civil rights era was the March on Washington. With over 250,000 people from different backgrounds flooding into Washington to spectate Martin Luther King Jr., A. Philip Randolph, John Lewis, and many others speak about the racial tension in America. Another major event during this time period was the Montgomery bus boycott, in which primarily black citizens of Montgomery, Alabama did just that, boycott the public transportation due to segregated seating. Getting the word out about this boycott was crucial because those who didn't know about it would be going against it, unintentionally. Flyers were handed out by the thousands, and word of mouth was vital in communicating the boycott. After 381 days, the boycott finally accomplished what was intended of it. On June 5, 1956, the Federal District Court ruled that bus segregation was unconstitutional. Although social media platforms like Twitter were not available during this time for those trying to spread the word, those in favor of the civil rights movement did a great job of advancing awareness of what was going on at the time. Using relatively new concepts of communications such as radio and television, and combining those with older concepts of communication like using flyers and word of mouth, a successful combination of ways was created to rally a group of large people towards one morally just cause.